Time was like crazy, like 26 hours. Like, who the hell is going to stay 26 hours in the airport to go someplace? Not me. You know, like, what is it? What are your travel goals? So that's kind of like the first thing. Hey guys, welcome back to the Vaughn Show. Today, we're going to talk about how I plan my international travel during COVID. Before we get started, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and click the bell. I'm probably going to constantly say that, but I'm going to work on not saying that. I'm going to do a better job of it. But, you know, I want to make sure you guys subscribe. And I got to stop using my hand so much because I'm constantly using my hand. And you can always tell that I always go on like a tangent rant. But I'm going to work on that. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about traveling internationally and how I plan during COVID. So I'm going to give you like some key tips. I have like 4 or 5 key tips for planning travel, you know, during this tough time during COVID. So normally when I first start to plan my travels, you guys, I try to figure out like where I want to go. So for example, I am planning to go to Zambia because I want to go to Victoria Falls to bungee jump off the falls. I saw it like on someone's Instagram and I was like, oh my God, I gotta do this. Even though I've never bungee jumped a day in my life, but I'm like, oh, that'd be great to do. Okay, I wanna do it. So the first things first, you got to figure out what your travel goals are. Like, are you looking to like go relax on the beach, or like you wanna go someplace to stay in the city, or, you know, do you wanna go like visit like amazing vineyards in Italy or something like that? I don't know if you would go to Italy right now, but like, you know, like what are your travel goals? So that's kind of like the first thing that you need to do is figure out like what are your travel goals. So normally after I figure out my travel goals, the next thing I do, which is the most important thing, I start to look at flights, you guys. Like that's the first thing that I do. I use Skyscanner to look for my flights. So normally like I'll plan my vacation, my trips like 2 to 3 months out. So going to Victoria Falls in Africa, I'm looking to try to go like January or February or March, somewhere in that place, just so I can like plan, budget, make sure I have everything I need in place so that I can go. So I use Skyscanner. I'm going to place the link in below. However, I want to tell you a small trick. So normally I travel midday during the week because flights are cheaper. And I also go incognito. So let me tell you why. So basically, I feel like, well, I shouldn't say I feel like, I have tested it several times that whenever you go use when you go into Chrome and go into Cognito to look for things, it's like when it comes to the flights, to me, from what I see, like they're paying attention to the traffic of how I look at something. So like, I noticed that if I go like outside of incognito and go like use the regular browser, it seemed like the price goes up compared to if I go incognito. Like me and one of my friends did it, you know, we looked at the same exact flight on the same page, and like her flight was a lot higher than my flight. And it was like, So to me, I personally feel like they increased the flight, and I've been doing this for like maybe like a year or so. I've been going incognito to book flights. So huge tip, make sure you go incognito to book your flights. Skyscanner will definitely show you like the days and the range of what the prices are. And then they also have options where if you just don't know where you want to go, they'll tell you like the cheapest options or like the cheapest places to go like currently right now. So when I first started looking at flights to go to Zambia, to go to Victoria Falls, I was looking at like the Maldives, and like certain days it was like $675, but the layover time was like crazy, like 26 hours. Like who the hell is going to stay 26 hours in the airport to go someplace? Not me. The next thing I actually do is I look at hotel and Airbnb accommodation. To me personally, I like Airbnbs because the key for me is about location. I want to make sure I find the perfect location to wherever I'm trying to go. You know, so a location is key. So a lot of times it'll be a lot cheaper for you to book an Airbnb compared to a hotel. So I'm going to put my Airbnb link below, and I'm going to put some of the booking websites that I use to book hotels, like hotel.com, booking.com. And another thing I will say too, I just literally started within the past month or so, I picked a hotel so I can start collecting points. So my choice of preference is the Hilton. I know a lot of people utilize the Marriott and they join like the rewards points, but it's a really good thing to do is to join, you know, pick one hotel brand and constantly book your flights through your hotel accommodations through there, because you can, build points and, upgrades and things like that in regards to your hotel accommodation. So check that out as well. It's free to set up. So I'm with Hilton's Honors, but definitely look into that, to picking a brand and sticking to that brand as well. The next thing I would say is make sure you guys check out the visa requirements. A lot of times, as Americans, like we have, we can do like visa on arrival. But I will say for me, I always get my visas ahead of time. I just don't want any issues when I get to the airport. So what I do is I reach out to the embassy, find out what the requirements are to get the visa here in the US. I get the visa, make sure it's in my passport, make sure I have it, and I'm good to go. I don't really do the arrival things because you just never know what can happen, so it's best to have it on hand. So find the embassy, find the country that you're going to, find the embassy that correlates with that country, and then go to the embassy to get all your local information. Also, too, you need to look into, if you're going to someplace like Africa, you need to look in like shots. One major shot requirement is the yellow fever. It's like $209. Most international travel clinics sell it. I don't think your insurance covers it, because mine didn't cover it when I did it like 3-4 years ago. But they give you like a yellow card to certify that you have taken yellow fever. So another thing you should also do is check out the CDC website to see what other requirements or recommendations that they ask for you to do, just to make sure, like, if something happens, like, you're covered from a health perspective. Because I've seen a lot of people go overseas and come back with something that, really messed them up big time. So because COVID is so prevalent now here, in the world today, you have to make sure that you take the time to figure out what are the requirements for countries in regards to COVID. Most countries now require that you take a PCR test within 72 hours of departure of your flight, and you have to print off the form, print off the results, and take it with you. So me going to Africa, the particular country I'm going to, they require, when I check their website, and again, these things you need to go directly to the embassies to find out, or either call the embassy directly to get the information you need to have in regards to COVID requirements. So I would reach out to the embassy, and I would also reach out to the airline, because a lot of times the airlines know like what the requirements are in regards to you to go to that particular country. Now I know a lot of people have been having trouble with finding laboratories that could give them a PCR test below. I'm going to put a link below so that you guys can utilize that link as a resource to help you navigate to find clinics that will offer a PCR test within 72 hours. Now that's the swab that they do up your nose test or whatever. So I'll definitely put that information in the link below. So that you'll have. So make sure you definitely look into that, because that's very key and very vital, because a lot of these airlines today, when I went to Nigeria, they were like, nope. And for like Nigeria, they require you to take a test within 120 hours before departure. And then there were some other little requirements as, go online and fill out a health declaration form. And then you have to test after 7 days of isolation of being there. So you just want to make sure you stay on top of that big time. The next thing I would say, you need to do some research on the country that you're going to. You want to make sure that you're not, that you have some idea of what the culture is like. One thing to keep in mind, especially Americans, is that all countries don't speak English, and you shouldn't require them to speak English because you're in their country. So you kind of want to follow the rules of the land, the layout of the land. One really good app as a translation app that you could use is called Hello Talk. Basically, it's an application that kind of helps you teach you about the language, how to say certain things. So for me, basically what I do is I kind of just go through the app and figure out like small, simple phrases like, hello, how are you? Where are some places to eat? Where's the restroom? And I learn those small phrases, and a lot of times the people appreciate the fact that you're attempting and you're trying to learn the language. So I would definitely say check out that app as well, and I'm gonna put the link below as well for that too. But yeah, just make sure you take the time to understand like the basics knowledge and the culture of the country that you're going to, because that will definitely be helpful. And my last and final thing I will say is that I learned is Make sure you do some research on tourist scams, right? This is one thing I had to learn like the hard way. Like a lot of times, a lot of the locals will get you in regards from the airport to your hotel. That is like one of the biggest scams that I have ever encountered. Well, I shouldn't say ever encountered. I encounter every time I go to a different country. So you want to just look and research to see like, oh, what's the local cab cost from the airport to like your local, to your Airbnb or your hotel? Because when I went to Nigeria, this guy got me like big time, but it was kind of like, you know what? I had a long flight. I'm ready to get home. I'm tired. But after I realized, like, you know, he got me good. So definitely take some time to research some different websites, or just basically type in like the well-known travel tour scams in blah, 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 what country. So definitely take the time to do that. So I'm going to put all the information below, all the links below. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. And I'll kind of keep you guys updated on my trip in regards to going to Victoria Falls. I've seen a lot of people on Instagram who have gone there, but I haven't seen like many people like did the bungee jump option. So I'm still doing more research on the bungee jump option over Victoria Falls. I'm very much excited to do. My mom and dad, please don't watch this because I don't want my mom to have a heart attack. Have a heart attack after you see the video and after I go. So those are the tips that I have today. Normally what I do for travel. Again, if you have any more in-depth questions or comments or concerns, please post them below. And I probably have a part 2 to this, just to kind of give you a little bit more in depth to like where I'm at in the process of planning this trip. So I'm just kind of like brainstorming, kind of giving you guys an idea of like how I start my process, like the basic tips on how I plan my international travel during COVID. So thank you guys for watching today. You guys be safe, be careful out there. And again, thank you. You know, I don't know how much, you know, I can say like thank you guys for just tuning in, just to watching my video. Like, I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, because again, you could have clicked on anyone else's channel, but you came to hang out with me. And again, I tell you guys, we're going to be the best of friends. You're going to love my personality. It's going to take a little time. It's going to take a little bit of adjustment, but guess what? We're going to be best of friends. I know people love me. They naturally do. I have an aura about me, an energy about me. So, you know, we'll see. But guys, thank you for watching my channel today. You guys have a great week. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Peace.